So I first start with my primer. I'm using the Too Faced Do You primer. I prime my face first before doing anything because I always forget before priming it for my foundation. And once I make sure I get it all on my face, next I'm going to do my eyeliner. And I'm using a MAC pencil eyeliner. I don't remember what it's called. So I just line my bottom lids. I line it all the way from one corner of my eye to the next. And once I do it for both of them, the next thing I want to do is to prime my eyelids for shadow. So I'm going to be using a Lancome concealer, and I put it all on my eyelids, both of them. If I put a little too much on one, I transfer it to the next one like I did right here. And once I get it all on there, I'm going to go ahead and blend it all out. And I use a foundation brush that I bought from Target and just go ahead and blend it all in there. Make sure I get it to sit on my, to stick to my eyelids. Because if it's not primed right, then your eyeshadow is not going to stick and come out looking good. So just go ahead and get that all in there. Make sure it sets just right. And once it's good, I'm going to go in with my eyeshadow. And I'm starting with the Warrior 2 palette. And I'm using a Morphe brush with it. And I'm using the shade Jamala. That's my favorite out of that one. So I'm going to start working at the top of my eyelid once I get a good amount on my brush. And I just go ahead and blend it out. And I do this about 2 or 3 times on each lid because I really want that color to pop. And I kind of want it to stand out at the same time. So I focus on one lid at a time. Once I'm done with one and I think perfect, then I move straight to the next lid. Okay, once that's good, I take my next brush and my next eyeshadow palette. It's Dark Magic by Morphe, the Jacklyn Hill. And I don't remember what shade I'm using, but it's a dark brown color. And I'm just going to go on top of some of that area that I shadowed before. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like. And I stick closer to the bottom of my lid because I do want some of that previous eyeshadow to show because I am going to be cutting the crease. So you want as much, I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but you kind of want some type of contrast with different colors on your lid. So I'm going to do the same thing I did previously. I do it about 2 or 3 times depending on the type of shadow I'm using. And once I'm ready, I'm going to cut the crease. I'm using my e.l.f. concealer and I just have a regular brush. So I take a little bit of the concealer on the brush and I get it to a certain amount. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. I make sure not too much and not too little. So that's what it looks like. And now just go ahead and cut the crease. I always do my eyeshadows first because Lord knows I mess up all the time. So once I have all of that done, I can put my foundation to hide all the mistakes I made doing my eyeshadow. So I do the cutting crease at one at a time. I just want to make sure I get the eyeshadow just right before doing the next one. So I'm just going in here making sure I put the right amount of concealer. If it looks good, then I start with the Dark Magic and I just go ahead and add that dark shade to the ends of my eyelid and just pack it on. And next, using the Warriors, the original one, the palette, I'm going to be using one of the shades. I don't have the name on here, but I'm going to focus on the front part where I cut the crease and add that glitterish color. And when I'm packing it on, I also try to focus on the crease part where I cut off. I want to make sure there's no concealer showing. I want it to blend seamlessly. And I just take it all the way to the end. And when I'm putting it on, I also pat it down just for it to sit and look nice on there. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. But I do that maybe 1 or 2 times, and I just go over it to make sure everything blends out perfectly. I just go over everything, make sure it's blended all nice. And once it looks good, I go on to the next eye and do the same thing. I'll just go ahead and cut the crease. Right here, I messed up a little bit and it just kind of went all over the place. So after I got all the concealer on my eyelid, I just kind of went over with the brush to keep it straight how it was on the other eye when I was cutting that crease. Because I want the two of them to look identical, or at least as close as identical as possible. And this e.l.f. concealer that I use, I believe it was $2 or $3. It's in the shade Light. I bought it maybe like 2 years ago, and I kind of use it to cut the crease. That's literally all I do. And I'm going to do the same thing on this eye that I did on the other eye. I just keep packing on this other color from the Warriors palette and trying to make it look just like the other eye. I just compare the two of them to see which one needs more eyeshadow. And once that's done, I'm going to go with my eyeliner. It's a BH Cosmetics eyeliner. And it's a struggle to open this one, so I had to use my mouth to kind of get it open. And I just do a basic line. This look is really what I use when I'm going to work in the morning. So I just kind of line it, and I do the same thing on the other eye. Nothing fancy, just basic. Hey, I got the eyeliner on. And now I'm gonna go ahead and do my mascara. I'm using the Too Faced, it's called Better Than Love mascara. And I just kind of go in, it's the waterproof one, and just kind of do my lashes. You gotta make a weird face when you're putting on mascara, or else it will not come out right. And I don't know how to put on lashes. I tried the other day and it did not come out like I thought it would. So I kind of don't put on lashes. I just try as much as possible to make my mascara work for me with my regular lashes. And you gotta do your eyes this way too. It's literally what I use, and my mascara comes out perfect. I'm not even kidding. Next, I'm gonna go in with my color corrector, my orange color corrector by LA Colors. So where I have like dark circles and dark marks, I just kind of go over it. And once that's done, I'll take my Sephora foundation brush and blend it all out. You want to make sure you get it as smooth as possible. You want it to blend in perfectly. Next, I'm doing my foundation, and I usually mix my foundation with a liquid glow. My foundation is by Too Faced in the shade Hazelnut, and this liquid gel is by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's in the shade Parlin or Prelin, I don't remember. And I just go in with the liquid glow first in the 4 different corners of my face, and then I add my foundation on. Oop, I almost spilled that on myself. Thank God. I'm gonna take my foundation brush and I'm gonna go ahead and blend it all out. And yes, when I'm doing my makeup, I make all these weird faces, and I guarantee my makeup still comes out looking nice. That is probably the trick to getting my makeup to look good. And make sure you get your neck too. You definitely don't want to forget that, because you don't want your neck to look all different from your face. So I just kind of go and blend it all out, get that all in there. And if I need to, I will add a little bit more foundation, which I do, and just kind of go over the areas that I need. And once I do that, I'm going to take my damp beauty blender and blend it all out. Blending is your friend. So just go over where I blend it out with my brush and just make sure everything is perfect, smooth, seamless. Once that's done, I'll do my blush and highlighter. So I'm using the Juvia's Place blush palette. It's in the color Neon, I believe that's what it's called. So just go ahead and put that blush on my cheeks. That's an e.l.f. brush. It's an e.l.f. blending brush, and using it, I add the highlighter from that same blush palette. Yes, highlighter from blush. And I go ahead and highlight under my brows, on the top, my top lip, and my nose. I just get a little bit on my nose because I don't want my nose to shine too much. Fan brush. Using the same blush palette, I highlight my cheeks and my chin. Now I did put a little too much highlighter, So once I put on the highlighter, I took my foundation brush, put some foundation on it, and kind of blended it out so it's not as shiny as it was before. Next, I'm going to go with my lipstick. It is by Too Faced. It's in the shade Lady Balls. And I just go in and line my lips. I'm not perfect at doing lipstick, but a girl does try. And it is a matte lipstick. Primarily I wear matte lipsticks and they're all liquid. I can't use actual tube lipstick anymore. I couldn't even tell you how to use it because I've just gotten so used to the liquid, and I literally love like liquid lipstick. So I got some on my teeth. So I had to get rid of it. It's not the first time, won't be the last time. And I just kind of checked to make sure I didn't get any lipstick on my face, which I did. And I just kind of take my foundation brush and kind of clear it up. Once that's done, setting spray. It's by Morphe. Just spray it on. And I have a makeshift fan I use to make the process go faster. Now this is the final look. After everything, I put my wig on. So yeah, this is just a basic look. Thank you guys for watching.